Uh, Hello everybody, my name is Crystal, Krissy for short. Today is Wednesday, the 15th of August 2018. It's bin day in Chatham. Well, it's bin day for Lansdowne Court anyway, where the Dennis bin truck comes up. I'm sorry to say that I'm feeling effing awful, and I'm saying effing and not because I wrote about that in my diary, effing this and effing that. Basically, Dr. Lupin gave me a nerve block here and an injection here last week, and for about 3 or 4 days I haven't felt any real pain. But I've had earache and tinnitus, which I've been to the doctors twice, and as you know, I was given dog flea treatment instead of Corsadil mouthwash. So I've got no faith in my doctor's surgery at all. Yesterday, I had a message from my son asking me if he could borrow some money. So I put £5 into my son's bank account. Before going out into MCH Pentagon Boots to try and sort out the problem, the mouthwash problem. Anyway, I went in there and this girl with glasses on said to me that they can't do anything. It's the clinician's fault. It's Dr. Jakku's fault. So they give me a feedback form to fill in. It's not a complaint form at all. It was a feedback form asking what they could do to improve their service. Employ doctors that know what they're doing for a start. Do you know what I mean? Giving somebody dog flea treatment to rinse around their mouth instead of mouthwash is wrong. So there was no sign of the practice manager. I've had a word with her before, and she's been quite rude to me and told me to go up to the Gillingham Walk-in Centre before now, because I've had constant pain in my face for over 3 years. So this girl, I said, well, I need to see a doctor because obviously that, I need this mouthwash. I've got ulcers and my dentist is worried it could be cancer again. So she told me to sit down for the walk-in surgery, and this was 8:45-ish, and I queued up at 7:30 the day before, because when I've gone in at 8 o'clock before, they've told me to go to Gillingham. They've only got one doctor. Well, this time she said, it's nearly 9 o'clock. She said, yeah, there's 2 doctors, sit down and wait. So I sat down and waited, and I messed around on my phone and whatnot, trying to waste time. And a family came in, a mother, all blondes, because Graham said that he went out with a blonde prostitute to me. He went out with a good-looking blonde prostitute. So this family of blondes walks in, and there's a newborn-ish baby, and they start eating cookies in front of me, stuffing their face full of cookies. And there's a good-looking dark-haired brunette in the corner. And there's a man with a massive phone playing, one of those games like Tetris, bricks. And I'm sat there ignoring all this. And I get called in eventually to see this doctor. And he doesn't look like a doctor at all. He just looks like because I'm getting a lot of abuse from Asian men. He was an Asian doctor with a little beard, no moustache, just a beard. And he was acting really weird. He went, because they all tell me to be quiet like I'm a little kid. Let me speak, let me finish. Like Jeremy Kyle show, you know. Be quiet, let me finish. He started reading all the letters out loud that the hospital had sent and the dentist had sent. And he went, so you've got electrical facial pain, have you? Like he didn't believe me. And I went, yes. I went, can you send me back to the hospital because I believe it's a sinus issue. He went, no, I'm not going to do that. He went, no, that we've exhausted all that. He said he was going to hurry the St Thomas's hospital appointment along, but I don't believe it. So they're prescribing me everything willy-nilly. So I'm being given high-strength painkiller tablets, which are given to people with cancer pain, basically. It's like morphine. The liver turns it into morphine. And he said to me, be careful with these, you can be really, really sick and overdose on them. He gave me some eye drops for my stinging eyes, and I've got the Corsadil mouthwash, which is what I should have been given yesterday. I got given that. So basically, these tablets I've been given are for cancer pain, and considering the way I'm being treated by health professionals and ordinary members of the public, banging, making a noise, screaming in my ears that hurt and slamming doors, I think it's disgusting. You wouldn't treat a pig like that, or your own pet dog. It's absolutely disgusting the way I'm being treated. Makes me perform like a circus animal, so I could collapse and die on the floor. I'm not saying I'm not the only one. Tony Bogle, the man that used to live opposite me, was on the top floor when he was 80 years old, and he was pissing himself all down the stairs. He had an incontinence issue. I used to write about him walking down the stairs with his stick and his Shep bag, because he used to have a border collie dog bag, and my dog was called Shep years ago. So I talked about Tony. He collapsed 2 or 3 times in Sainsbury's, and he collapsed outside on the hallway out here and was locked out of his flat for 2 hours because Francis, his friend, had his spare key. And he was just led on the floor outside, and I offered him a cup of tea. And he said to me, no. He said, like lying on my back stops the pain. Later on, he had a stroke and ended up in hospital. Now he's in sheltered accommodation like Beverly, and there's a barber's shop there and shops. But I haven't seen him since. I've been told that's where he is. But he was 80, and he nearly dropped down dead. And the same happened to him. So I went out of the doctor's surgery, and yesterday I was given antibiotics, and they make you feel sick, basically. So I struggled to the library because I said I wanted to complain. I want to report that doctor. She should be struck off. So if she goes in there again and prescribes like dog cream to a kid and she kills the child, don't blame me, because I went to complain online and they wouldn't accept my date of birth. I tried it 10 times and the online form wouldn't accept my date of birth as a correct answer, and it was in the right format because I'm not sick. So I gave up. I've written an email to the doctor's surgery saying that I want to make a complaint. So I'm going to write for their response, and then I'm going to send it to the Ombudsman. And I'm also thinking about contacting a solicitor, because that is negligence. And if those doctors, that doctor's surgery lets that doctor, like Mary Ramzani fucked up on my teeth, if they continue to practice when they're inept and they can't do their job properly, then they're going to kill somebody. And all I'm doing is trying to stop somebody else from coming to serious harm. So Mary Ramzani is still drilling children's teeth, and that doctor probably was out there somewhere prescribing the wrong medication. So I've done all I can do. Like I said, staff were slamming doors near my ears, banging about, acting childish, and I came home and again I had to go to bed because I felt ill. Like I said, two drunk men came up to me in Rochester High Street and one started kissing a car. He looked like a vagrant Jason Statham. They had no teeth. They were obviously drug addicts near Go Train. I just wanted to eat my sandwich in peace. And I can't do that without someone coming up to me and being a nuisance. And then I walked home, and as I said, my son asked me for money. And Caring Hands, the place that offers free meals, is shut for 3 weeks. It's shut. It offers free meals to people that are homeless and are on a low income, and it's shut. And that's to do with the church. There's no notice of where you can go, but I presume everything's in Gillingham, so people that aren't welcome with no money can get trains and buses to Gillingham, can't they, for help and support. Just drives you mad. I've got an appointment with the dentist at 11 o'clock, Ashley Lupin's in Railway Street, and I've got an appointment at therapy 4 o'clock this afternoon. And as whenever I've gone for therapy, I've told you I've either got attacked, smashed on the head, or abused in some manner to stop me going again. And yes, I am afraid, but you have to keep going. You can't let them win.